Hello everybody and welcome back to another review here on the Jurassic Park Podcast YouTube channel. I am Brad Jost, the host of the Jurassic Park Podcast, and today I have nothing here in the screen, but we're going to be reviewing something inside this box. Now, recently over on Amazon, there was a figure that was going for a very low price for $7.99 here in the US, and this figure is usually a lot more expensive than that. Now, typically the figure is somewhere around $25 to $30, but for some odd reason, Amazon was running the price at $7.99. It's kind of a steal, and it's kind of one of those objects that I was like, I guess I gotta get it. It's kind of necessary to get it at this price, because when I saw it on the shelves, I'm like, I don't necessarily need this thing. But at $7.99, you can't beat that price. So we're gonna be taking a look at this figure inside the box here. The GRAB N GROWL Indoraptor. So guys, we are back here to the old packaging. I know this is a figure that's been out for quite a while, and we're already on to the Dino Rivals, regular standard Indoraptor and stuff like that. So I'm going to be looking at this a little late maybe, but oh well. We got it here, we might as well take a look. So like I said, this thing was worth around $30 in the stores. Now, I always saw it at Target just sitting on the bottom of the shelves, and actually I have not seen one of these in quite a while. So I guess they did sell off, while the other Indoraptor that does not have any electronic features or the bite actions or anything still remains on the shelf pretty consistently. I see it everywhere at Target or Walmart. There's just tons of them. And then on top of that, there is the Dino Rivals version now as well. So since maybe a lot of you guys out there have this one already, let's dive into the review and the look here at the box itself. So you'll notice the figure is strapped in here, and there is a little cord, which typically this is the release, so when you undo that, all the electronic features will work, so it doesn't like waste the battery while it's shipping out to the different stores and locations that it's going to be sold. So over here, this is actually kind of a nice throwback to Blue being on the boxes. I've kind of missed Blue being there. That is a fantastic looking render. I am loving that in comparison to the Dino Rivals stuff, which, I mean, the T-Rex and the Triceratops and, of course, Owen, they're fine and all, but Blue looks really good there. And, of course, we do have Owen there, as always, Mr. Owen, or Mr. Grady, whatever you want to call him. There he is. This is the GRAB N GROWL Indoraptor. Now, it does over here have the grab feature, the chomp feature, and the thrash feature. So 3 features there that are going to be really cool, hopefully. Now you can see up here it does say try me, so you can whip the tail back and forth. There is a button underneath here. There is another like switch up here, and that's about it as far as the attack features go. So I think one of those features, let's see if we can do it, moves the mouth. The other one moves the arms. And this moves the body, the upper torso, and the head. So it does have this light feature here, so that will mean that the eyeball should light up red. And it does have a roar feature as well. So while I have been really loving the Dino Rivals packaging, I think this stuff is pretty iconic as well. I love that feature in the back there, as this is like a broken out of container that the Indoraptor was stored in or something like that. I love it. It's broken over here, but it's like, what is this going to hold? It's just wide open on the top. I don't know. But I love it. I think it's very iconic. Something I haven't seen in a while. Now, it's kind of funny. There's just like instructions or something just like tucked in the side over here. You can just see them spitting out over here. So that's interesting. Usually there's like a little thing right here, at least on the new items, that says, hey, the directions are going to be right down there, so be careful. On this side, we have the Jurassic World logo. And on this side, we have the Jurassic World logo. Man, this packaging is great. I love it, how the Indoraptor is just peeking around the side there. It even looks cut out there. That's really cool. So for the main image here, we do have the Indoraptor. You can see the eye does light up. It's got the roar symbol there. It's thrashing about. You can see like the movement there, the shadowing of the hands. It does say grab, chomp, and thrash. So all the features right there. Push buttons for grabbing, chomping, lights, and sounds. Now, this is attacking. The poor little Min-Me has no chance. If this was a battle, man, I'm sorry, Minmi. Just not going to work out for you. Now, over here, we do have a few other Roarivores. We have the Baryonyx, the Triceratops, the Allosaurus, and the Metracanthosaurus. Now, out of those four, I do not have the Triceratops or the Metracanthosaurus. I just never picked them up. I obviously have picked up the more recent Triceratops, but I never got around to the Roarivore or that one down there. This also is a Jurassic World Facts app dinosaur, so make sure to scan that foot to add it to your collections. All right, so why don't we just go ahead and get this thing taken out of the box. All right, so there it is. We do still have that piece of plastic in there in the tail, so let's go ahead and get that out. All right, so I think it should work now. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's awesome. That is really cool. Nice. Huh. There we go. That's a cool sound. This thing is really, really cool. It's pretty giant too, I gotta say. I was having a hard time standing it up, but I found the appropriate leg position and everything. It's just like an oddly sized creature, so it's kind of like got these long dangly arms that hang off the body there. The upper body up here is pretty heavy as well, so it's kind of like top heavy a little bit there. I guess maybe some of the electronics and stuff inside as well. So as with the other Indoraptor, this thing is painted beautifully. I love that striping down the side here, how it's like a little bit of orange or a darker gold plus a lighter gold in there. That is really cool. Mostly just the darker color down here. The black is super reflective, which I'm sure you're seeing the light reflect off of it, but it is awesome. You have the red around the eyes here. And the interesting thing, though, with this being a light that is in the eyeball there, it's a little distracting, I guess you could say, how the eye is just completely black right now. There is no solid color until you hit that button. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the posability of this creature, because as the original stands, I think that one's probably one of the most unique and posable creatures in the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park toy line. And this thing looks like it might have another layer to that playability factor. So the legs do have several hinges on here. You can twist these things all around, and you can rotate them here. There is a little bit of a clicking noise, which I do love. I love the fact that they're not loose, so it will click into place, and that's a pretty good spot for it as well. You do have the knee joint here and the, I don't know what you would call this part, but the ankle, I guess? Really high ankle. The tail itself does move around. Not too much, because it does kind of play into the factor up here. The arms do swivel up here, not too far, again, the playability factor, and the elbows actually don't move at all, and the hands don't really, they do, I guess, just a little bit, but the elbow doesn't move at all. The hands do move, though, quite a bit, so that's cool. You can kind of position them to hold something for sure. And let's see, the neck, everything else up here is kind of due to the fact that this thing is like a thrash dinosaur with the tail, so we'll take a look at that a little bit later. I know my arms and everything are in the way. I think one of the big differences is here, all these different layers in here, so you do have this big gap, so it's interesting. I don't love it, but I think you need that, I guess, for this playability option. You'd have like a gap here and one up there as well. And I do think they do blend in a little bit nicer than, say, the thrash and throw T-Rex. So let's see if we can actually play around with this thing and use these functions that are located on the tail down here. So you do have a button right here on the thumb. That's cool. Not a ton of movement, and like I said, this elbow is stiff, right? I mean, is it? Yeah, I mean, I don't even want to do it, but there is a hinge there. You can see it inside on the elbow, but I just don't want to bend it, so I'm not going to bother. But that is a cool little feature, and you do get that crunching sound, which is awesome as well. Now, if you want to, you can kind of combine the two features while moving the tail like this, and also crunching the arms. And then we cannot forget about the feature that's underneath here. Wow, this thing is awesome. This thing is so cool. I love this so much. Wow. Man, I really wish I had this as a kid. This is like, I feel like probably got to be the #1 toy as far as playability is concerned. You know, like I said, I was hesitant to pick this thing up just because I'm like, well, I already have the other Indoraptor. What could I possibly need with this electronic one? Yes, it has some cool functions and all, but I don't need it, but I do. This thing's awesome. I love it. It might be like one of my favorite toys and absolutely is the best as far as playability is concerned. So for comparison's sake, we're going to start off here with the original Indoraptor. Now this one has all the like posability options there. It just does not have any of the functions on the tail down there. So, and it's also not electronic, does not have any noise, or the eye does not light up. It's just standard painted in there. Now the first thing I'm noticing is the paint job is a little bit brighter on this one, and the body is bigger. It's beefier, it's like more round, and the neck is bigger. This thing is just overall a lot more massive. I don't know if it's like really working too well. Yeah, you can definitely, I think, see it here on the camera. The arms are a little bit longer, the hands, everything about it is just a little bit bigger. Maybe the legs seem to be standard, but I think it's just a bit bigger. And you know what's funny about that is I constantly say that this thing is just maybe a little bit oversized as far as the Indoraptor is concerned. But this thing, even bigger and even more massive. So I'm going to say that this is oversized. It's going to be overkill as far as like playing with Blue and the humans and stuff. But it certainly will be a scary dinosaur to play with and a brutal force to reckon with. But outside of, you know, the size issues, I think these things are basically identical. And so, like I said, this thing just dwarfs Blue. Blue is so tiny over there, just a little baby Blue. And this thing is massive. Blue does not stand a chance. It just wouldn't. Blue, I'm sorry. I hate to do that to you, but you just don't stand a chance against this massive creature. And yeah, I don't even have to hit you because the surface is not all that sturdy. And of course, I had to do this. Why wouldn't I? This is a iconic moment from the movie. Now, I don't know if it'll stay in its mouth. Oh, it did! It did! Oh, that's awesome! That's so cool. Sorry, Wheatley. You don't stand a chance either. And for the final comparison, I just wanted to showcase it against a much bigger dinosaur. So you can see, while this thing is pretty massive on its own, and certainly like a giant beast against any vehicles or other dinosaurs or humans, this thing is definitely a little bit bigger. Just a tad bigger, and that is amazing. Yeah, those legs don't work at all. Mattel, what's going on? So there you have it. That is the incredible Grab and Growl Indoraptor from Mattel. And what a steal. For $7.99 on Amazon, that is just a price I could not beat. I do not believe that it is on there as of right now at $7.99, so I think it was like a very limited time thing. But if you do see this thing on sale anywhere, you know, just make sure to pick it up, because while you may have the other Indoraptor, this thing is just a completely different beast, and I absolutely love it. So what do you guys think? Do you like this one? Do you already have the other Indoraptor and didn't feel like picking this one up? Does this change your opinion? I really do want to know, because this is an awesome creature and I think you guys have some great opinions on it. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you think of this beast right here? Make sure to go to JurassicParkPodcast.com to find all of our articles, our videos, our episodes, and so much more over there. head to iTunes to download the podcast. You can also find it on Spotify and Google Play. Here on YouTube, make sure to like this video, subscribe, share this thing around, tell your friends all about this Indoraptor and all the other videos that we have on this channel. Make sure to comment below, like I said. Thank you so much for watching this video, and enjoy.